Hello students, in this session we discuss about the physical features of India.
The land of India displays great physical variation. Geologically, the Peninsular Plateau constitutes one of the ancient landmasses on the Earth's surface. It was supposed to be one of the most stable land blocks. The Himalayas and the northern plains are the most recent landforms. From the viewpoint of geology, Himalayan mountains form an unstable zone. The whole mountain system of Himalaya represents a very youthful topography with high peaks, deep valleys, and fast-flowing rivers. The northern plains are formed of alluvial deposits. The Peninsular Plateau is composed of igneous and metamorphic rocks with gently rising hills and wide valleys.
There are 6 major physiographic divisions in India.
The major physiographic divisions in India are the Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, and the islands.
The first important physiographic division in India is the Himalayan mountains.
The Himalayan mountains. The Himalayas, geologically young and structurally formed mountains, stretch over the northern borders of India. These mountain ranges run in a west-east direction from the Indus to the Brahmaputra. The Himalayas represent the loftiest and one of the most rugged mountain barriers of the world. They form an arc which covers a distance of about 2,400 km. Their width varies from 400 km in Kashmir to 150 km in Arunachal Pradesh. The altitudinal variations are greater in the eastern half than those in the western half. The Himalaya consists of 3 parallel ranges in its longitudinal extent. A number of valleys lie between these ranges. The northernmost range is known as the Great or Inner Himalayas or the Himadri. It is the most continuous range consisting of the loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meters. It contains all prominent Himalayan peaks. The folds of Great Himalayas are asymmetrical in nature. The core of this part of Himalayas is composed of granite. It is permanently snowbound and a number of glaciers descended from this range. The Himalayan mountain and its peaks clearly shown in the figure. The range lying to the south of the Himadri forms the most rugged mountain system and is known as Himachal or Lesser Himalaya. The ranges are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. The altitude varies between 3,700 and 4,500 meters and the average width is of 50 km. While the Pir Panjal range forms the longest and the most important range. The Dhauladhar and the Mahabharat ranges are also prominent ones. This range consists of the famous valley of Kashmir, the Kangra and Kallu Valley in Himachal Pradesh. This region is well known for its hill stations. The relief features of India shown in the figure. The outermost range of the Himalayas is called the Shivaliks. They extended over a width of 10 to 50 km and have an altitude varying between 900 and 1100 meters. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers from the main Himalayan ranges located further north. These valleys are covered with thick gravel and alluvium. The longitudinal valley lying between Lesser Himalaya and the Shivaliks are known as dunes. Dehradun, Kotali Dune and Patali Dune are some of the well-known dunes. Besides the longitudinal divisions, the Himalayas have been divided on the basis of regions from west to east. These divisions have been demarcated by river valleys. For example, the part of Himalayas lying between Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as Punjab Himalaya, but it is also known regionally as Kashmir and Himachal Himalaya from west to east respectively. The part of the Himalayas lying between Satluj and Kali rivers is known as Kumaon Himalayas. The Kali and Teesta rivers demarcate the Nepal Himalayas as, and the part lying between Teesta and Dihang rivers is known as Assam Himalayas. There are regional names also in these both categories.
The Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of the Himalayas. Beyond the Diang Gorge, the Himalayas bend sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. They are also known as the Purvachal or the eastern hills and mountains. These hills running through the northeastern states are mostly composed of strong sandstones, which are sedimentary rocks covered with dense forests. They mostly run as parallel ranges and valleys. The Purvachal comprises the Patakali Hills, the Naga Hills, Manipur Hills and the Mizo Hills. The northern plain is located in the southern part of the Himalayan range. The northern plain has been formed by the interplay of the three major river systems, namely the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra along with their tributaries. This plain is formed with alluvial soil. The deposition of alluvium in a vast basin lying at the foothills of the Himalaya over millions of years formed this fertile plain. It spreads over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer, the plain being about 2,400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer broad is a densely populated physiographic division. With a rich soil cover combined with adequate water supply and favorable climate, it is agriculturally a very productive part of India. The rivers coming from northern mountains are involved in depositional work. In the lower course, due to gentle slope, the velocity of the river decreases, which results in the formation of riverine islands. The rivers in their lower course split into numerous channels due to the deposition of slit. These channels are known as distributaries. The northern plain is broadly divided into three sections. The western part of the northern plain is referred to as the Punjab Plains, formed by the Indus and its tributaries. The larger part of this plain lies in Pakistan. The Indus and its tributaries, the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, the Beas and the Satluj originate in the Himalaya. This section of the plain is dominated by the Doabs. The Ganga plain extends between the Ghaggar and Teesta rivers. It is spread over the states of North India, Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, partially Jharkhand and West Bengal. To its east, particularly in Assam, lies the Brahmaputra plain. The northern plains are generally described as flat land with no variations in its relief. It is not true. These vast plains also have diverse relief features. According to the variations in relief features, the northern plains can be divided into four regions. The rivers, after descending from the mountains, deposit pebbles in a narrow belt of about 8 to 16 km in width, lying parallel to the slope of the Shivaliks. It is known as Babar. All the streams disappear in this Babar belt. South of this belt, the streams and rivers re-emerge and create a wet, swampy and marshy region known as Terai. This was a thickly forested region full of wildlife. The forests have been cleared to create agricultural land and to settle migrants from Pakistan after partition. The largest part of the northern plain is formed of older alluvium. They lie above the floodplains of the rivers and present a terrace-like feature. This part is known as Bengar. The soil in this region contains calcareous deposits locally known as Kangar. The newer younger deposits of the floodplain are called Kadar. They are renewed almost every year and so are fertile, thus ideal for intensive agriculture. The third important physiographic division in India is the Peninsular Plateau. Plateau means tableland.
The Peninsular Plateau is a tableland composed of the old crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. It was formed due to the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana land and thus making it a part of the oldest landmass. The plateau has broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills. This plateau consists of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. The part of the Peninsular Plateau lying to the north of the Narmada River, covering a major area of the Malwa Plateau, is known as the Central Highlands. The Vindhyan Range is bounded by the Central Highlands on the south and the Aravallis on the northwest. The further westward extension gradually merges with the sandy and rocky desert of Rajasthan. The flow of the rivers draining this region, namely the Chambal, the Sindh, the Betwa and Ken, is from southwest to northwest, thus indicating the slope. The Central Highlands are wider in the west but narrower in the east. The eastward extensions of this plateau are locally known as the Bundelkhand and Baghilkhand. The Chota Nagpur Plateau marks the further eastward extension drained by the Damodar River. The Deccan Plateau is a triangular landmass that lies to the south of the river Narmada. The Satpura Range flanks its broad base in the north, while the Mahadev, the Kaimur Hills and the Michael Range from its eastern extensions. The Deccan Plateau is higher in the west and slopes gently eastwards. An extension of the plateau is also visible in the northeast, locally known as the Meghalaya Kirby Anglong Plateau and North Chaha Hills. It is separated by a fault from the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Three prominent hill ranges from the west to east are the Garo, the Kashi and the Jaintia Hills. The Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats mark the western and the eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau respectively. Western Ghats lie parallel to the western Kovas. They are continuous and can be crossed through passes only.
The Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. Their average elevation is 900 to 1600 meters as against 600 meters of the Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats stretch from the Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiris in the south. The Eastern Ghats are discontinuous and irregular and deserted by rivers draining into the Bay of Bengal. The Western Ghats cause orographic rain by facing the rain-bearing most winds to rise along the western slopes of the Ghats. The Western Ghats are known by different local names. The height of the Western Ghats progressively increases from north to south. The highest peaks include the Anamudi and the Dodabetta. Mahendragiri is the highest peak in the Eastern Ghats. Shevaroi Hills and Javedi Hills are located to the southeast of the Eastern Ghats. One of the distinct features of the Peninsular Plateau is the black soil area known as Deccan Trap. This is of volcanic origin, hence the rocks are igneous Actually, these rocks have dented over time and are responsible for the formation of black soil. The Aravalli Hills lie on the western and northwestern margins of the peninsular plateau. These are highly eroded hills and are found as broken hills. They extend from Gujarat to Delhi in a southwest-northwest direction. The Indian desert is the another important physiographic division. Deserts receive low rainfall because of low vegetation cover.
The Indian desert lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. It is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes. This region receives very low rainfall below 150 mm per year. It has arid climate with low vegetation cover. Streams appear during the rainy season. Soon after, they disappear into the sand as they do not have enough water to reach the sea. Luni is the only large river in this region. Barchans cover larger areas, but longitudinal dunes become more prominent near the Indo-Pakistan boundary.
The Khawaz Plains in India running along the Arabian Sea in the west and Bay of Bengal in the east.
The peninsular plateau is flanked by a stretch of narrow coastal strips running along the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on the east. The western Khawaz, sandwiched between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea, is a narrow plain. It consists of three sections. The northern part of the Khawaz is called the Konkan. The central stretch is called the Kannad Plain, while the southern stretch is referred to as the Malabar Khawaz. The plains along the Bay of Bengal are wide and level. In the northern part, it is referred to as the Northern Sarkar, while the southern part is known as the Coromandel Khawaz. Large rivers such as the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri have formed extensive delta in this Khawaz. Lake Chilika is an important feature along the eastern Khawaz.
An island is a landmass surrounded by water in all sides. Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar Islands are the two major groups of islands as a part of India. The Lakshadweep Islands is a group of islands lying close to the Malabar Khawaz of Kerala. This group of islands is composed of small coral islands. Earlier they were known as Lakshadweep, Minikoi and Amindeep. In 1973, these were named as Lakshadweep. It covers a small area of 32 square kilometers. Kavaratti Island is the administrative headquarters of Lakshadweep. This island group has great diversity of flora and fauna. The Pitti Island, which is uninhabited, has a bird sanctuary.
The elongated chain of islands located in the Bay of Bengal extending from north to south. These are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They are bigger in size and are more numerous and scattered. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories, the Andaman in the north and the Nicobar in the south. It is believed that these islands are the elevated portion of submarine mountains. These island groups are of great strategic importance for the country. There is great diversity of flora and fauna in this group of islands too. These islands lie close to the equator and experience equatorial climate and has thick forest cover.
Thanks for watching.